This is Malcolm Brooks, a 22-year-old delivery driver with big dreams of going to college. With his trusty bike and a warm smile, Malcolm navigates the busy streets of Greystone City every day. But one fateful afternoon, his routine takes a surprising and challenging turn. As Malcolm prepares to complete his last delivery, the sound of screeching tires breaks the calm. Officer Ted Harlan, a veteran cop with a reputation for being strict, steps out of his cruiser. Officer Harlan, "Hey you! Stop right there!" Malcolm looking confused but complying as Harlan approaches him. Harlan's suspicion is clear. To him, Malcolm, young, black, and on a bike, fits the profile of someone up to no good. Harlan inspects Malcolm's bike. "Officer Harlan, this your bike?" Malcolm replied, "Yes, sir. I've had it for years." Despite Malcolm's polite responses, Harlan's suspicion doesn't waver. The officer questions him, inspects the bike, and even asks for ID. Passers-by staring at the scene, some whispering to each other. Humiliated and frustrated, Malcolm can't help but wonder, why is he being treated like a criminal? Malcolm rides away, visibly upset. Later that night, Harlan was sitting at the dinner table with his wife. Officer Harlan reflects on the encounter. His wife, Claire, a social worker, notices something is on his mind. Claire said, "Do you think you would have treated him the same if he wasn't black?" Harlan frowning, clearly unsettled by the question. Her words linger, forcing Harlan to confront an uncomfortable possibility, that his assumptions might have been shaped by bias. The next day, Harlan spots Malcolm at a coffee shop, smiling and chatting with the shop owner. Their paths cross again. This time, Harlan sees something he hadn't noticed before. Malcolm is just a young man working hard and spreading kindness wherever he goes. Harlan hesitated before approaching Malcolm. Officer said, "Hey, about yesterday. I might have overreacted." Malcolm replied, "What about it?" Harlan does something he rarely does. He apologizes. He said, "I made an assumption. That was wrong." Malcolm staring at Harlan, surprised but nodding slowly. Over the next few weeks, Harlan starts to reflect deeply on his actions. He attends community meetings, listens to the stories of those he serves, and begins to question his biases. For Malcolm, the experience becomes a story of perseverance and accountability, a reminder that change, while rare, is possible. Months later, Harlan and Malcolm meet again, this time at a community event. Malcolm, now an entrepreneur, shares how he turned his delivery job into a thriving business. Harlan approached Malcolm after the event. Officer Harlan said to him, "You're doing great things." Malcolm replied, "Thanks, I appreciate that." Through an unexpected encounter, both Malcolm and Harlan learned invaluable lessons. Malcolm's perseverance and Harlan's willingness to confront his own biases remind us all that change is possible, one step, one conversation at a time. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue the conversation about fairness, accountability, and the power of understanding.